I'm Ash. It's great to meet you. I want to see who you all are, though. Can you wave at me if you're here and you're like, how the hell did we get to this moment? Just wave at me. You know, don't be ashamed. It's real. Wave at me if you're like, I know exactly how we got here. Y'all didn't listen to black folks. You didn't listen to queers. You didn't listen to undocumented people or disabled folk. Wave at me if you're like, I know exactly how we got here. Yeah. Raise your hand if you're like, I'm pissed that we're here. Yeah, oh yeah. Raise your hand if you're like, I'm scared that we're here. Yeah. Raise your hand if you're like, and I'm not really sure what to do next. Yeah, I get it. I've had about 130,000 people in my DM saying, Ashley, what do we do next? And, I think I might have an idea. You want to hear it? Okay, so I promise before I leave this stage, I will tell you what I think we ought to do. Is that fair? But first, I've got to tell you what we didn't do a little bit. So one of the things that folks have been asking me a lot to do is to tell them my assessment of this moment. Like, how do I make meaning of what's going on? How did we get here? Some of you might know the question. I know there's some Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee veterans in the house. Some folks in Detroit probably is in the house. So some of you maybe know a quote that is attributed to Grace Lee Boggs. It's like, what time is it on the clock of the world, right? Anybody ever heard that? So I get that question a lot. And, I think I know what time it is on the clock of the United States. I think it's time that we stop romanticizing the water that we're drowning in, as my partner Gina Breedlove would say. That maybe it's time to move beyond romanticizing the water that we're drowning in and stop the water from being poured on top of our communities every day. Maybe it's time to block the folks that are trying to keep us underwater. What do you say? Okay. So I think that's what time it is. I think it's time to let go of this antiquated idea that there's a devil that we knew, an old normal that we could return to. Y'all know that's a wrap, right? Okay, you didn't make me believe you, so I'm going to say it a different way and see if I can catch a few more yeses. We can't go back to what it was like to be under a Biden administration or an Obama administration or a Clinton. You know it's over, right? For some of that's real scary, right? Raise your hand again if that scares you, that we can't go back to the old way. Yeah, I get that. But you know what else that means? It means that there's an opportunity for something else, right? That's where you shout. But that's okay. I promise I'm gonna get you there. You don't have to get there quick. If we can't go back to a thing that was, there is an opportunity to create a thing that could be, right? Now, the challenge here is that we're not the only people trying to build the thing that replaces the old thing, right? There are right-wing Neanderthals that are trying to push us into a form of governance that is minority rule that can be bought and paid for by all sorts of billionaires and soon-to-be trillionaires, right? So it's time to let go of this idea that we can go back to the old thing, but it's also time to let go of the idea that it is simply going to be better because we fight when there's actually a real contestation for power happening right now. Am I lying? Okay, just making sure I'm in the right room. And then I also think that it's time not just to envision a future that we deserve, not because our values aren't correct or our assessments aren't correct or our beliefs aren't correct, but our vision alone, y'all, does not save the world. Your values alone do not stop a genocide. Your values alone do not convince your marginalized and targeted neighbors to come out when their lives could be impacted negatively by doing so. Those of us with some privilege need to know that it can't just be that we have a good vision and good values, good ideology. It might be about damn time for a plan. And even more than that, it might be time to believe that the plan that could actualize our vision could come to fruition in our lifetime. Who wants to be free now? I'm here for future generations, but Ashley wants to be free now. So what else does that mean we have to do? I told you I was going to tell you what I think we have to do. We have to tell the whole truth. We have to tell the whole truth that how we got here was because of authoritarians, because of the rise in global fascistic movements. But guess what we also have to say? We have to say, well, there were some things we didn't do. There were some relationships we didn't nurture. There were some communities we moved faster than and left behind. We have to talk about us a little bit. We can't be so exclusive, so rooted in our purity politics that we can't work with everyday people, the everyday people that are required to actually get to the 3.5% of folks that we're going to need in sustained actions to subvert the consolidation of this authoritarian threat. Don't you want to block? Don't you want to stop the authoritarian threat? We can't ignore that corporate Democrats are also killing us. They just do it slowly with a smile and a knife in my back. And that doesn't mean I won't sometimes work with a Democrat. Every now and then, as your neighborhood-friendly socialist. I want to tell you, y'all know, how many people know I used to work at the Highlander Center? Any Highlander Center friends in the room? Well, you know, one of our faithful leaders, one of our founders, Miles Horton, used to say, you can't be neutral. There is no neutrality, right? Or maybe y'all know Howard Zinn's great quote. Do you know it? You can't be neutral on a moving train. And y'all, this authoritarian threat train is out of the gate. We have not, I think I heard Linda Burnham say earlier, we haven't just started to backslide, we have backslid. It's a wrap. Right? If you're talking about the consolidation of authoritarian forces and saying that we only have 12 to 18 months, well, that would be true if the consolidation started today. But the consolidation started ages ago. So the train is out of the gate, friends. We have to take sides. Now I'm going to be Miles Horton. Can I be a pretty incredible white man for a moment? He said, you have to take sides, and you have to know why you're taking sides. There can be no such thing as neutrality. It's a code word for the existing system. Y'all, nobody wants to stay in the existing system. He said, I was going to do basically what I wanted to do, regardless of anything. And the way to do it was to not be afraid of punishment. The way to do it was not to be tempted by rewards. The way to do it was not to want to be famous or get rich or individually have power or be afraid of hell or threats and ostracism. He said, it's important to be good, and it's important to be good for something. Now is a time where we need to be good for something. It's right now. So, what are we going to do? I told you I'd preach you out, and I told you I'd tell you what I think you should do. Well, how many people have been getting on the mass calls? How many people have been doing 1 Million Rising? How many people showed up for No Kings, right? I see you in the room. How many of y'all have iPhone bank till the point my senator knows my first name? Right? I see you. Well, I think all of that is right, and you should keep on doing that. But I want to tell you the value set that I'm working in through my fear and sometimes through my overwhelm. You want to hear it? You got to make me feel good to get me to tell you what All right. I want to make evil uncomfortable. Some of y'all have heard me say this before. I want to walk in a room and evil just start wiggling. Right? I do want Donald Trump to shiver in his boots when he hears my name, all three of them. Right? I want Bill Lee and Ron DeSantis to feel nauseous when they know I'm going to be on a mic. Right? I want corporations to know that every time I whisper the word boycott, they should be scared. I want bosses, those bosses are just kings of the workplace, right? I want those bosses to shake because they know we're all about to strike. I want every charity that prioritizes their existence over the self-determination of my community to fear my mutual aid efforts. Your elected should know you by name. You should be joining organizations and campaigns. You should be, down with the No Kings team. You should be joining viable opposition parties. Somebody say working families. You should be making donations. Even if it's $1, you give some money to somebody. You should make your opposition to this evil visible and your non-cooperation, your non-compliance with it visceral. They should feel you. I want you to wake up every morning and answer the question of, how can I block the harm of this disgusting administration? From the federal government to your city council, I want you to think about every morning, how can you block the harm that their minions are creating? I want you to think about how you can make billionaires shake in their boots for buying these elections. I want you to think about what is within the realm of possibility with your privilege and access. And then I want you to think about what you can do that supports building the social and economic safety net under the communities that you value and care for. Not just what you would concede to, friends, but what you actually deserve. Do you know that we really, in this moment, could win everything that we've always deserved? Don't you want to win? I don't know how to invite people into a movement of losers. I want to win. Don't you want to win? So don't settle for concessions. Tell no lies and claim no easy victories, but claim every single one of them and make evil uncomfortable. That's our work today.